Welcome to the shit show.
Tom, a big smile on his face, doing some redecorating at the house, settling into his new job.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, you're right.
I'm still in that state where they're like, "Hey, are we moving too fast for you?" I'm like, just a little bit,
Right,
I'm trying to milk that. Oh,
man.
Hold on, can I
It's
see a
tough stuff
training
you guys
video
do.
again? Yeah,
Yeah,
another
yeah.
training video on that.
Let me review some of this documentation some more.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't know about the podcast yet, then, of course.
No. No one does, Tim.
Yeah.
It's just me and you.
It's just us and maybe Theo once in a while.
Yeah, maybe
Might get
Theo.
Liverpool chat. Sarah.
Yeah, if they are even real people, they could be our burner accounts. You never know.
It could just be internet bots that are like acting upon themselves. I
You
saw
haven't
one
heard
thing where it
from-
was like it was a tale of the end of society, right? And it was like it was like the last bird dies seeking water, while at the same time Samsung Fridge emails my account saying I need to reset my password. And like it's just like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep. Yeah, they all could be burner accounts because we haven't heard from Fuck Your Mama 2 times.
I know. I was
Forgot
just
my
thinking that
password.
today. I was just looking through like some of these things that I have pre-built. Like if, people that send us calls, which by the way, you can send us a call, aewrapup@gmail.com. And by call, I mean, send me an audio clip, send me a video clip, or type me an email. We'll play or read that here. And people that do that regularly, I've got little pre-set up, little scenes to play for them. And I saw that, man, Fuck Your Mama 2 times has been lonely down there and haven't heard from them.
Maybe we should reach out. That's what we'll do. Maybe we'll do it's like a pledge marathon, except for in reverse, where we do the reaching out.
We're just gonna do one of those where like you show up at somebody's house, but we're just gonna do it like podcast style. We're just gonna like start going live, and we're just gonna start chatting with people. DM.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey man, what's up? What are you fucking? I haven't talked to you in a bit.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on MJF? Like, what? No,
let him talk for like 20 minutes. Be like, by the way, this was on the live stream. Is that cool? We got your screen up and everything.
Eventually, that's going to be really interesting. Because have you seen like the Young Bucks did it with the glasses,
Yeah.
People are going to have to like, hey, I didn't consent to you fucking recording me.
I don't know that matters anymore, man. Like Flock is recording you all the time. You gotta consent to nothing.
What the fuck is Flock?
You don't know what Flock is, dude. We gotta talk, Tom. You gotta start paying
Raven
attention to the news again.
Raven's Flock. I don't watch that stuff.
Skynet, essentially. It's Big Brother.
Flocks? Is it called Flock Safety?
Flock. You've seen these cameras around? They're just like on a little black pole with a little what's the word I'm looking for? Like a solar panel on it. Probably seen them all around town.
Yeah.
Those are Flock cameras. That's an open source software, quote unquote, that like they are just putting these up on like every fucking corner everywhere. Tom. Everywhere. And they're selling all that data, everything. It's got like license plate trackers, gate recognize, like they know you and where you're going and have like a trail of everywhere you went since the moment you left your house. Basically. Flock cameras.
Flock.
And they give all the information to the cops. They give all the information to, you know what I mean? The
give
stuff
it to
and all
them.
that. Yeah.
I am so ready to make the news. You know what I mean? Come here. Be more than happy.
Flock.
I've always said that the way I want to go out is at least making the news. I don't care how I go out, but I want to make the news. So bring your flock, huh? I got Raven. I got the flock. I got the flock master here to protect
the real
me,
flock.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You call yourself Flock? Shame to the name. Shame to the name, all of you people at Flock.
You people suck!
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You people suck. What a great show.
We're going to get some
Tim,
mileage
how
out
are
of this
you?
one, man. We're going to use this for years.
You people suck!
Yes. But how are you?
I'm
How
good.
are
I'm
things
fine.
besides flock?
Yeah, fine. Just working, living. You know what we did? We updated like the will and like the living trust and all of that jazz. Everything had been like 8 years since we've done it. And the kids are now old, right? They don't need we don't need a person to dole them out money if we were to die. They just get the money now. So we had to kind of go update all that stuff. And one of the things was a digital clause, which was like if I die, my wife would, be able to assume the ownership of whatever digital assets we have. And, when I was like reading through everything, I was like, hey, does that account for like creator accounts? Or does this just mean like if I had some NFTs or some shit, like would she be able to like, you know what I mean? Like
go host
blah,
with
blah,
me.
blah. Or like, can I, and the guy, fine lawyer, I don't know, 70 something years old. And he's just like, yeah, you want me to add some language in here for that? And I'm like, never mind, doc. Just like, just don't even. Yeah. It's like, explain to him. I'm like, so listen, I got this podcast. Do you watch AEW? You know what I mean? It's like,
you should have. Could have converted him.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have
converted him. Maybe he's watching right now. I don't know. Maybe he knows.
Hey, pal, if you are, definitely.
Yeah.
But
other than that, nothing. Good. You know what I mean? Just watching wrestling, getting excited, man. Ready to do this show. That's all I've been waiting on. Just talk to you folks. Get in the chat with us right now. And I say right now, if you're listening back on this on the podcast or later, like on demand video, you should have been here. It's typically Thursday nights. Sometimes it will be Wednesdays. Sometimes we'll have to do some off chance things, but you can find all of the information you need at allelitewrapup.com. All of it. All the links, everything. Everything. Tom, what are we doing?
Well, you know what? You actually were speaking about that. I listened to the show the other day. Usually I'll just watch it because it's just,
Yeah, it's fun to listen to the audio version sometimes and see how it.
Yeah. I was like, man, I don't really describe things that well because I talk with my hand. I was like, fuck, you wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about if.
That's what you got to watch live, man, or you got to, watch the YouTube later. That's, listen to podcast listeners. We love you, but you know what I mean? That's what you get.
Yeah. I agree. That is
it's
what
free
you
show.
Get.
Which brings me to why you should donate.
Yeah, unless you don't want it to be, we'll always allow you to give us the money. But yeah, let's talk about.
You've got $1.
Yeah, you got $1. It'd be nice to give it to us. Let's talk about AEW Dynamite though, because it fucking ruled, and we kicked it off. First off, we had a lot of championship matches last night. We were over there in Fairfax. We were the
granddaddy of them all, right?
Yeah, Fairfax, Virginia.
Yeah,
we're at, I don't know. It doesn't say where it's at, but it's Fairfax, Virginia.
Quaker General Center or something.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. The Pizza Hut, KFC Center, or whatever the fuck. But we have a lot.
Powered by Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, powered by Flock. No, just learned what that shit is. Oh
yeah,
we had a lot of championship matches.
You'll hate it.
I don't want to know any more about it. That's all I want to know. But we had a lot of championship matches, and we kick it off with a championship match. And it is our TNT champion, the Jet, Kevin Knight, taking on one of the main characters in all of All Elite Wrestling, MJF. Tim, we also had Taz on commentary, and he let it be known he sits on one side of the aisle, and that aisle is with the heels.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Taz being back, and what'd you think of her opening contest?
I was so happy to hear that Taz was back because honestly, I forgot about Taz in our week to week, happenings here. And I've even thought very recently how much I loved the rotating cast of the AEW commentary table, right? We get enough rotation, but enough familiarity, right? Like it's not like 20 weeks running, we get the same three folks, and then suddenly one guy's on vacation for 2 weeks, so here's Nigel McGuinness, right? Like, they seem to rotate in every couple weeks to where it keeps it fresh, right? You still have Excalibur as the main player, but the others kind of mix and match, and I like it.
Yeah, but I like it too.
Taz is awesome, and yeah, he was definitely nasty tonight. He was ready to talk that shit.
The only thing... And I think they even brought it up to where he lost it in his luggage or whatever. It seemed weird that he wasn't wearing sunglasses.
Somebody stole him. Yeah, we couldn't have got him some sunglasses. I mean, I know he likes to wear orange, but like, we couldn't have got him some sunglasses.
He wears some black sunglasses, but yeah, I was like, what are you doing? Now you just look like an old man. You don't look like Taz. You just look like an old man. But anyhow.
Hey, you look like a thumb. What's going on here?
Yeah, what the fuck? You're my favorite. But we have Kevin Knight. We have MJF. We have a good old wrestling match, right? Wrestle. But then... we get to the end of this match, and we try to do the old switcheroo from MJF where he says, hey, ref, look over here. I got the diamond ring. Kevin Knight goes, oh, I know your game. Low blow to you, motherfucker. What I liked about that, though, is low blow right into the big package. You know what I mean? It's hot. Got him.
Yeah, we didn't, make a production of it.
No,
like,
it's hot.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Stole the
Pins
moment.
him. 1, 2, 3. Still your TNT champion, the Jet, Kevin Knight. What do you think about that result?
Awesome, right? MJF continues to show that he should be considered one of the best fucking pro wrestlers in the world right now. Like, this guy made that match amazing. I mean, not that Kevin Knight didn't, right? Like, they both did here, but like took this loss in places that other guys who just, just coming off of championship runs would be like, I'm not taking that loss, right? Like, great stuff here. Made Kevin Knight look like $1 million. Kevin Knight made himself look like $1 million as well in this. Mm-hmm. All this went really well. I kind of like it, man. I like the idea of the gotcha on MJF, right? Like, I did the exact thing you would do. Yeah. Go over here. Man, I don't have much else to say about it. I liked it a lot. I thought Kevin Knight looked really good here.
One thing before the match even started, though, that I like that Kevin Knight's doing is like a Randy Orton style pose that he's trying to like trademark as his own, but it looks cool. I did like that. He looks like a star.
Talked about this, a little more coolness, which I feel we're getting a little more, right? Again, the more we separate from Mike Bailey, I know he came out and also
old shoeless Mike Bailey. Yeah, go put some socks on. Go back to back.
I say this, man, when you come out to like help your, even if it's just to like walk to the stage with your tag team, friend, partner, whatever, right? In their big match. That makes sense. I get it. It even tracks. That happens in real life fighting. But like, I feel like you either ought to be in gear or like at least not just like polo shirt and jeans and like, you know what I mean? Like you just stepped off the fucking plane, right? Yeah. Like at least something that looks cool or something that is like wrestling, right? Like, you know what I mean?
I agree. I do agree.
You should not look like you're going to a fucking PTO meeting when you're walking out with like the Jet trying to be cool in his fucking,
yeah, I do. But I think it takes away. I think, hey, just go out there yourself. But, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But let's go to after this match. So Kevin Knight pins him. Sorry about that.
Choked up about this.
It's so emotional. This whole night was. And then afterwards, MJF is like, well, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. I'm going to beat him up now. And so he mollywops him. And then Darby says, hey, you know who my mentor is? Don't ever forget. It's Sting, because I'm going to come from the rafters.
No, it's Sting. I mean, it's Sting.
Sting. And he takes off his contraption there. And then he runs into the ring. MJF gets out. And then we get MJF not liking the crowd, letting us know about it by doing one of our new sounders here.
This here.
You people suck!
So, didn't like the crowd.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, I'm getting that. That's a good one.
Didn't like the crowd. But then here's the interesting part. We have a lot of interesting fires burning in AEW. So here's the one that I liked. MJF was like, first off, I wasn't even trying. Fuck that. Don't care. But Darby, you asshole, give me my belt. That's my belt. Give me my belt. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. And Darby says, no.
Yeah, fuck off.
No. He says, you put up something. I'm not just going to give you, which makes a babyface fucking smart. I always hate when they're just like, yeah, okay. No.
Yeah, I will show everyone that I'm a yeah, like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Shut up.
So he says, I'll give you a shot if you put up something. Tim, a lot of things to talk about here. 1, what do you think about that? 2, what do you think it could be? And 3, is that what we're getting at the pay-per-view? The rematch with the stipulation.
Here's what would be an amazing thing. If it was, I will never again be able to wrestle for the AEW Men's World Heavyweight Championship, is what MJF says. Darby takes that, and then during the match, who comes out to fuck over MJF and make sure he loses is fucking Hangman. And now they're both sitting there, quote unquote, never wrestle for the Men's World Heavyweight Championship again. That would be I think the most, what I mean, holy shit thing. But will they do that? I don't quite know. I don't think so. I'm thinking the Dynamite Diamond Ring comes to mind, but.
Oh, okay. So I think you're close. This is what I think. I think Darby is doing this thing now where it's, I wrestle the best each and every week, right? Last night was Brody King. Next week, it's Kevin Knight. So I think Darby's going to say, hey, one of the best ever in AEW is Hangman Adam Page. So MJF, you put up the stipulation, you made Hangman lose.
I got one better.
And if I beat you, Hangman can challenge for the championship. And then we get Hangman versus Darby.
Here's what I like. We don't do that. We do what I'm saying, right? He's like, all right. He's coming up with some lame stuff, and Darby's like, this is lame, right? What? What do you?
You're like, yeah, we're not gonna do what you do. We're gonna do what I do.
We're gonna do what I was gonna do. Yeah, vetoed. So he's coming up with some lame stuff. I'll give up the Dynamite Diamond Ring or my Ferrari, and Darby's like, I don't give a shit about that stuff, dude. Fuck you. And he's like, no, you know what? I want to give you a taste of your own medicine. What you did to Hangman was bullshit. So we're going to do the same thing to you. You can never challenge for the men's AEW World Championship if I beat you. And MJF's like, fine, whatever it takes, right? And Hangman does come out, and we think he is there to make sure MJF loses. But he's made a deal with the devil in that if he makes sure MJF wins, MJF will then release him from the stipulation that he can never challenge for the men's World Heavyweight Championship again.
And then do you think we do a triple threat? Because we would have to do a triple threat.
Yeah, we'd have to do like a triple threat there or something. And then Hangman's heel, but is he? Like,
everyone I think
right?
would get it, right?
Yeah,
in 2026, I think everyone would get it.
Yeah. But then Darby's like, dude, what the fuck? And Hangman's like, brother, I mean, like, it's the thing. I would expect you to do it. Darby's like, but I didn't, right? And he's like, well, but yeah.
That would be interesting, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how we would react to Hangman, right?
I know. It leaves him in a weird spot.
Like,
it does. Yeah, it does. Yep.
So I think they're going to do. I do think we're both in agreement. I think Hangman is going to come up somehow, either by showing up at the match or he's going to be. Well, I got my guy here.
Bang bang.
I got him hanging out at the house.
Cooler outfit.
Yep.
Yeah. He's doing garden work right there.
I don't know, but it'll be interesting. I do think this is going to be our main event, though, at Double or Nothing. I think we're leading this way. I will say, though, then that means MJF needs to wrestle a little bit more and get some wins because he's been losing. You know what I mean?
Apart from all this now, we talked about Darby did the rappelling from the rafters thing, nod to Sting. We need somebody sometime. We need it's going to have to be comedy light character, right? Like, what am I trying to think of? Like, almost before we found out he was a pedo, the guy with the any man with two hands.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Somebody on the up and coming where like they start trying to like, you know what I mean? Everybody's starting to get behind them, but like they're really not that good, right? But they're tryhards, and we're getting behind them, and they do the Sting rappelling down thing, right? But because they're still hooked up, the person just then starts beating their ass because they can't get unhooked in time. Because I've always thought that was the weirdest thing. Like, you come down, you're stuck there, you're like stuck in place. You got to get this fucking thing off you. I guess maybe they could rip you back up real fast and get you out of the way.
Well, to speak about that, one, I know the guy that they can do. Remember Steven Cruz, the guy that was the translator for MJF?
Oh, yes.
Remember? And then the guy that like jumped and like Samoa Joe walked off. That could be
have him like rappel down. He's like ready, and then they just
like
beating his ass on the thing.
And
he's like, pull me up, right? Yeah, he's yelling.
Well, I would even do it with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
I would be like, oh, I'm going to get you now, Samoa Joe. And then he's like, what the fuck? And Joe's
like,
we
have him start going on a quest to get back at Samoa Joe.
Yeah. And that's one of the ways.
He tries everything. Like, he's like, I'm studying the greats. And so he tries doing what, like, traditional, like, big-time things in wrestling, right? Like, big moments. So he, like, I don't know, tries to be Hulk Hogan one time. He tries to be Steve Austin one time, right? And then when he tries to be Sting, it's repelling. And Samoa Joe just has to, like, mercilessly beat his ass every time he tries.
I love this idea. Because you know what he could eat? The first thing he would do, man, this is a great idea. Because you get him doing 2 promos back-to-back weeks, right? Hey, I'm no longer MJF's lackey. I can be my own man. Okay, great. Second week, he gets a victory over Action Andretti. No one fucking cares, right? But like Action Andretti. Yep. And then Renee's like, hey, congrats on the win. You sure are taking the series. He goes, I'm going after, and I'm going to do what all the greats did. Next week, Paul White, I'm body slamming you in the middle of that ring. And then he tries to do the Hogan body slam.
Yeah, he comes out yellow, like yellow stuff. Look at the American, like, yeah, exactly.
Paul White.
We got to have him come out in the little, like, ring that, like, drives to the.
Yeah. And Paul White is just like, what the fuck is this? And he's like, you know what? Hogan always sucked. I never liked him. I don't know why I would do that. Samoa Joe, I'm getting my, and then he does this. No, doesn't do that, you know, and then like comes out with like, he comes out with a valet that he calls Elizabeth, but she leaves him, and he's like in tassels. And he's like, "What the fuck?" And gets his ass kicked by Kyle Fletcher or something. Yeah, just each week tries.
No,
to
he's
do
got it.
like
It's like Mark Sterling has to dress up like Elizabeth or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
somebody. He's got like a lackey.
Oh. No. Get that tall girl that I was telling you about last week in Ring of Honor as his like valet. And she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's like, "Yeah." Oh, he could. He could do. He could do Latino Heat. He could try to be Eddie Guerrero, and that could be his China.
Yes.
You know,
this would be like a Charlie Haas-esque thing.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets a lowrider that doesn't start, so he's just in the parking lot and he has to walk. He has to get out of the car to walk.
Well, we see it like doing the hydraulics, but then we look in the back and there's people in the back just like pushing it down. He's got the Dark Order back there doing stuff.
That's great. Okay, so let's get back on track. So give me my rematch, put something on the line. I don't fucking think that's gonna work. And then Darby says, actually, I know someone who deserves a shot, and it's someone who just beat you. Kevin Knight, if I survive tonight, I'll give you a shot next week. Brody King goes, hold up.
Yeah, if you survive
Are you going to forget about me? So he just walks right past MJF. MJF, stomps off like a little, mad stepchild to the back.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Brody King in the ring, and he's like, yeah, if you survive. And by the way, Kevin Knight sucks for you because he won't. That means I'm kicking your ass next week. Kevin Knight's like, I mean, if I'm getting a title shot.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I'd rather fight Darby, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing that I hope they bring up, at least leading into the match or maybe this week on social. It was Kevin Knight who knocked out Darby Allin in the Continental Classic. Remember when he got hurt and couldn't finish the Continental Classic?
That's right.
He lost to Kevin Knight. I would be bringing that up. I'd be like, I got the last victory over you, when we faced each other.
You couldn't even last in the fucking tournament.
So,
Exactly right, Yeah, you were out for whatever.
You think you're going to keep going? The fuck you are. I'm new champ.
You got to go climb a mountain to find yourself.
Yeah, exactly. All right. And
I guess that happened before that, right? I don't remember the time.
Who cares? Don't let the details get in the way of a good story. Yeah. Then we move on and we get an answer from Cage and Cope on FTR's Double or Nothing addendum. So FTR says, hey, we'll do this whole fucking thing of like me and you. And if you guys lose, then you got to retire as a tag team.
Yeah.
But we want you to quit. We want you to actually quit the team. So it's an I quit match.
Yeah, but it's also a New York street fight. But it's a New York street fight that's an I quit match that the Cage and Copeland's tag team
must retire if they lose.
Their tag team career is on the line, and so is the titles, I'm guessing. Like, how many fucking stipulations do we need for this thing?
This is my hope. I hope we kind of lose the New York street fight, because an I quit match is a street fight. You know what I mean? Right. So like, we just make it an I quit match with, if they lose, they're gone.
I don't know. They're gonna it's gonna be on the New York street fight. I quit match. If Cage and Copeland.
It's good for local radio. If you're doing local radio spots, it's good for that. But Christian Cage goes, yeah, we accept. And Copeland goes, that's pretty crazy that you would say it that fast, because the last time you were in an I quit match, you said it. And Christian looked at him and was like, you're a fucking piece of shit. I never said anything. And storms off. And then we get Adam Copeland like a junior in high school going like, he totally said it. Dick? What are you trying to do?
Like, man, hey, look, Adam Copeland has tried to lean on the crutch of being a cool guy for well past the time that he's been a cool guy. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Because I think, if memory serves me correct, the shirt he was wearing, and look, it's my favorite band of all time, but it doesn't look good the older you get trying to be on a weekly wrestling show. But I believe he was wearing a Foo Fighters shirt, which their heyday was 2003,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
So, like, you know?
Yeah, man. Like, Christian's insults and things just hit different than like what he did there, right? Like, again, this goes back to, I've said this before, I think on the show a long time ago, where like there are way too many people who think they see people doing insult comedy and they think the insult is the comedy part. And they miss wildly. And that's where you get people being like, yeah, but you're a dumbass, and they think they're funny, right? Like, that's kind of what he did there, right? Like, he was like, well, you called out a fault of this guy with no like punchline, with no twist of the words, with no surprise, with no, like, you were just like, oh, but remember you actually quit when you.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, shut the fuck up, man.
Because
it's a pro wrestling promo, nerd. Like, shut up. You don't say the bad things. We say the good things about us. We say the bad things about them.
And also, yeah, it's because it's your partner. Why would you want your partner to be like in a sensitive state of mind? Like,
now, I get it. Christian does not offer that same respect, right? Like, he'll insult him, but he's not saying like, but he doesn't do it like, yeah, but you quit last. Like, it's got a joke about your mom or something, or just that like doesn't give a shit about your wife, right? Like, that it's about his watch, right? Like, that's the joke, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just different. It's just it's hard to explain, I guess, but
it's dated. He's a dated act as a babyface, kind of like when CM Punk was in AEW. But I move on. Hey, Tim, it's not before the main event, so I do want to start it off first.
All right. Okay.
But next up, in our next contest, Tim,
you want me to play?
It's time for the women.
Hey, we get our first women's match. It's the Brawling Birds taking on two people I've never heard of, to be honest with you. I don't know if they're indie stars or whatever. I have it written down here as Emily J and Jordan Blade. Sure. They dog walk them, right? As one-way traffic. They take them out. Ha-ha. Great. Cool. They win. We keep it moving. And before we get to kind of the continuation of that storyline, we do a quick little thing of our first appearance of Swerve Strickland. And Swerve was at the NFL draft. He's making picks for the Jacksonville Jags and hanging out with Roger Goodell and Michael Keaton and all these other fucking people. So neat, right?
Neat.
Like, it's not Tony Khan in a neck brace trying to sell an injury. Like, that was way cooler, but because here's the thing. You already done that, right? You've already done the, hey, I'm wearing a neck brace because I'm hurt. Then just have Swerve Strickland be like, because later on we see he calls out Bandito, and we'll get to that in a moment. But use that then as the NFL draft. You know, the fourth pick for the fourth round pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars, a guy so much better than Bandito.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle. And then like, what the fuck?
Or let's merge these. So Tony Khan is up there, you know, just doing an interview with, you know, NFL Network or whatever. Swerve is up and he's like, yeah, so Swerve, and they talk a little bit, and Swerve's like, actually, he's like, well, the real reason I came here is, you know, do all that, and they pay me well, and that's great. But also, I came here because, Tony, you're going to give me Bandito.
Yeah.
Next pay-per-view. And Tony's like, I don't have time. This is the wrong place. You need to talk to, you know, there's protocol. You fill out a form. And he's like, I don't fill out forms, Tony. Right. And then he just, right. And now for the rest of the draft, Tony's in a sling. Right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you give me Bandito. He's like, all right. Okay. Right. And then we get all that on NFL Network.
I think maybe that is better because, you have to think of it from the player perspective, especially like if the player wasn't a football or a pro wrestling fan. Like, I don't know. They announced me, but then they also announced some guy named Bandito. So I don't know if it's two picks that they got or I don't know who the fuck that guy was, you know. So, but I thought it was good. Anyhow, AEW representing the NFL draft. Good on them. Then to go back to the Brawling Birds, we get a continuation of that because we get our AEW Women's Champion,
Double D's. Oh no, we're not. I get you. We're doing
we get Tekla. Right. Tekla, and she goes, you know, people say, why do I keep saying there's so many dumb bitches? Well, I would stop if there wasn't so many dumb bitches.
I can't help it. Yeah.
Love that. By the way, did you see Deonna Purrazzo respond to that on, I think, Twitter, where she said, there are a lot of dumb bitches. That's why they're paying for my schooling, because she's like she does commercials. Have you seen it before? It's like Northampton, whatever. It's one of those like DeVry schools.
Yeah. I got you. Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she's getting her degree and AEW's paying for it. And so she's like, oh, well, one of us is trying not to be a dumb bitch. I'm getting my degrees. I thought that was pretty fun.
Nice.
But Tekla just shitting on.
Pay for some of my stuff. What can I do to?
I don't know. But Tekla, okay, so here you go. Got a lot of questions for you. Brawling Birds, one-way traffic over two girls that we'll probably never see again, right? So it looks like they're on their way up. But then Tekla, our AEW women's champ, is like, hey, both of those two suck because I beat both of them. Now, individually, not at the same time. And then she says, so stay in your tag team. Go shoe.
Yeah. Well, they're probably going to take on her little tag team.
Yeah, but like, what's Tekla doing? Like, Tekla
I don't know what she does now. Yeah. Does she go after the TBS title? Doesn't it feel like though, if this was a perfect world scenario, this is Tony Storm and Tekla? Oh yeah.
Doesn't it feel like
that would be good stuff?
If it was gonna be something. Now, I think they're gonna do maybe an audible, because when people are gone for a long enough time, they come back kind of immediately as baby faces, regardless of what they do.
Right.
And so I think she's going to keep calling people dumb bitches, and then someone to stop her.
Yeah, it's going to be
the CEO. Which,
it's going to be
man,
Monet versus Tekla,
it'll be Monet versus Tekla. Two people cutting promos where English isn't their first language. Isn't that going to be crazy? We'll see how that works. But yeah, so we got that. So I don't know, but Tekla needs something. She's hitting solid doubles, baseball reference, solid doubles with the. I'd stop calling everyone dumb bitches if they weren't dumb bitches. If we're getting away from we're spooky, and we're just doing the Mean Girls thing, that fits them way better.
We are, but we need to then also transition the Sisters of Sin away from that. You can still stick with that name and just have them be less spooky and more evil, right? It'll stab you in the back, you know what I mean? Slit your throat. Sisters of Sin.
Sin can be more than spooky.
Right. Then we can get, Sin can be not just murderous. It can be, there's 7 deadly sins as I'm to understand it.
Yeah. Although we do talk to Sky Blue here for a quick second, and she talks about how Persephone got mist in the eyes.
Yeah.
And then
so it was the best thing for her life.
Yeah. It was her. So is Persephone now going to also join? Because that's how Sky Blue or not Sky Blue.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, Sky Blue. And then also it was Julia Hart.
I think that works fine if we just leave them as a tag team and have Tekla there, right? And kind of treat it, I don't know, Bang Bang Gang style, however we did that for a little bit, until
I will say, and not knowing, peeking behind the curtain, not knowing anything, Julia Hart wasn't there. It was just Sky Blue and Tekla.
So
maybe
that.
Persephone's like, hey, fill in the spot for a little bit.
Right, is Julia Hart gone for a bit? Or is that the tag team for the Falling Bird, or the Brawling Birds, right? You get the
I don't know.
Sky Blue.
I hope not, because Tekla needs to be on her own. And I think again for New York, it feels like Mercedes is the call there, but we will see. Tim, I mentioned we got title matches, and guess what? We got another one right here for the AEW.
Like 4 of them this night.
Yeah, and for the AEW International Championship, we have our champion, Kazuchika Okada.
Did we pencil in yet? Like, did we determine what ground does the international title cover that the world does not, and/or vice versa?
Water.
So there's no, you wouldn't defend the international title on a cruise ship. You couldn't take that on the Jericho cruise and defend that on international waters.
Exactly. The world champion can.
Oh, this makes sense then. That makes
sense.
There he is. Right.
Perfect. Glad we cleared that up for you.
Right.
But he takes on Gambit from the X-Men, fucking Ace Austin, with his little, I got cards.
Hey, look, Ace Austin, I can see why some people would like this guy.
Nerds.
I don't say I dislike him, but like I'm just like
I'm kind of even. He looks cool. Gambit when I was 9 was really cool. So like I get it.
I get it. I see it and I'm like, okay, I see what some people like it. Like I don't like it. I'm not those people, but
and again, you know what breaks my heart each time is we have Juice Robinson coming out with them, just generic shit. Just
being Jeff Robinson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Tom, I like the shirt you're wearing. You got a Sting shirt on?
Oh, hell yeah. I got my America Sting shirt because this is the real fucking leader of America.
That's a real American.
Yeah, that's a real
Fight for the rights of every man. Tom, that's great because, soon we'll be making picks for Double or Nothing. And if anybody's not aware, when we make those predictions, the Thursday before that pay-per-view, Tom will have to wear a shirt with a different character on the front. It'll be Jeff Jarrett, his favorite wrestler of all time.
I hate him.
But you'll be wearing his shirt then.
I'll have to because I'm a man of my word.
All right.
But I hate it.
And then it'll be Double or Nothing because you'll lose again. And so
you obviously. I did that as charity because we hadn't seen each other in so long. Because even though people who are new to the
you don't
show,
want to see me this soon again. So you just hold
I'm sick, so I need to give this to someone. So, get over here.
The shirt and the disease.
Yeah. And then there it is. You know
so that you're hugging me when I show up.
Yeah.
Never...
Hey, brother's hug.
When normally you're like, don't touch me.
Yeah, I don't like being touched by anything. But I'm going to hug you when I win. But yeah, so Ace Austin and Juice Robinson. Yeah, Juice Robinson just doing the Fairfax, Virginia. Man, come on, brother. You were so fun.
I know. I don't know what this is and why. Like,
how is Tony Storm not helping you?
So, like, I don't get what. Okay, so, like, all right, Juice Robinson's gone for what? I forget what it was. Injury, right? And then comes back. And we're like, Juice, great, awesome. Even if we're like, listen, we don't really have anything going on right now, so we're just going to roll you out there. Like, you're still with the quote unquote Bang Bang Gang, but maybe you film with the same. All that's like, okay, tracks. But like, nobody was like, by the way, what are you going to do? Or like, you going to like change it? You're not going to be the same way you were. Is like, no, in fact, I'm just going to like Brillo my hair and I'm going to just, Yeah.
So I did see that he had an interview with Renee after he returned. And one of the things he said is, hey, I didn't want to just be the comedy act where I pee on people after I pin them. And I totally get that. But the pendulum swung the other way. Now you're forgettable as can be.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, absence of that doesn't mean
good.
Like a presence of something else. And so like I don't like you just became nothing. You took all right, so if we had like create a wrestler and we start with the default in the middle and we can go all these ways, and you were like, I went all the way over here with character guy, you're like, I didn't want to be that anymore, so I just went right back to here. Well now like I don't know what the fuck this is. Like you gotta come up with something, man.
Yeah, it's not
that's
fun.
what I mean. This
But I maybe this is just hopeful thinking. They have something ready, and it's all contingent on when Jay White comes back.
He could try to become like a godlike character, right? Dye his hair all white and like have lightning powers, and he could be Zeus Robinson.
Ooh.
We'll get Kevin Nash to advise him on how to do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's very
actually, you know what I think you should do? I'm being dead serious when I say this, because it deserves to be cheered. Go back to CJ Robinson and do the fucking Earth gimmick. And now we cheer it because the Earth is fucking important.
That was
how the fuck was that boo?
You kept pointing that out. You were like, why do we hate this? And we're like, well, yeah, but look at him. Like, and you're like, yeah, but why? Like, why are we mad at it? He's not wrong. Like, it was so Vince McMahon. It was like, God damn it, everybody hates this fucking guy.
Yeah. And then they did it again with Daniel Bryan, where he was like, the Earth matters, and like, fuck off.
He really should have. They should have ran with that so much more and so hard.
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
God damn it.
If you combine the look and the presentation of what he was doing as CJ Robinson with Bryan Danielson there, who's like, I know the shit you really could say because I breathe this, and then we cheer it. We cheer it.
So like, and I 100% like would sell the plain white cotton tees, right?
Yeah.
And have him be like, do not buy this shirt. It's consumerism. Don't do it, right? And then people just buy that white shirt so fucking much. I would have white. You just have a little AEW at the bottom, right?
Yeah. Well, And then the heel could be Mark Sterling, right? The evil lawyer representing corporations. And that's who like it would be Juice Robinson, but that's who Juice Robinson would be like going after and like trying to take down. And we would cheer it because that's what you do. Hell, he has a bad relationship now after coming back. Bring Jesse Ventura over. That motherfucker will tell you some stuff too. Like, we should cheer.
Well, he'll tell you some stuff.
Yeah, he'll tell you, but he'll also tell you some like things that are correct.
Not all of it's weird and crazy and wrong.
Right?
But,
yeah,
right?
yeah. He hits the dartboard a couple times.
Yeah.
But yeah, we cheer it because we're already a crowd that says "fuck ice." Let's go with it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that MJF face.
Yeah. Because, I don't know if the circles really like are overlapping of each other, but I'm going to bet a lot of the people that say fuck ice are also the people that are going to be in the bubble that says conservation is important. The earth is the only thing we got. So there you go, Juice. Do that.
Yeah. But fuck ice.
Fuck ice.
You people suck.
Yeah. Those people suck. And if you support them, so do you. But Ace Austin.
Yeah, and if you support us.
You people suck.
Yeah. But Ace Austin, he lost. Fun.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Ace Loston.
Yeah, he lost. It was good, right? He did the one-handed
He posed a lot.
Handstand. He did the one-handed handstand where like, oh, we're gonna take you out.
That's what I mean. He gets the camera shots, right? Remember when it was that ACH when he would do that? He would like do a move, then he'd be like, take your photography. He would like stand there and like pose.
Yeah. But afterwards is where we pick it up here. So Okada wins, and he's like, hey, isn't that fucking cool? Still your champ. And then we get, his best friend of the world, Takeshita. And Takeshita says, I don't fucking like you. Now, again, they didn't do a promo or anything like that, but he just goes, I don't
verbally, like it. Or non-verbally said, I don't fucking like you.
Yeah, his non-verbals was a middle finger, basically.
I don't like that fucking guy.
I don't like that. That's the best thing Randy Orton's ever done in his entire career. It's the best thing. I love that moment.
That was to Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. Yeah, he just grabbed him. I don't like that.
Because who was he pointing at? I forget who he was pointing at because it was Dean Ambrose next to him, right? Or was he?
No. He was next to Batista and he was pointing at Dean Ambrose. It was when the Evolution and the Shield. And Batista's just walking backwards and randomly Randy Orton is like, hey, I don't like that fucking guy.
And it's like, no, you guys were just fighting. Like, I know that.
Yeah. I don't like him either. I don't know why you're telling me. Anyhow, so we get Takeshita, we get Okada at Double or Nothing. Going to be a very exciting match. I think this is one of those Okada has. I feel the same way about Okada as I do using a sports reference as I do of Travis Kelce, where it's all-time greats. They're kind of at the point in their career, though, where they can't give you all-time great every single match or every single game, but they still got 3 or 4 of them left in them. And when the time is needed, they're going to give you one.
They got the Toby Keiths.
Yeah.
You got that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And I think Okada is going to give us a Travis Kelce-like performance where it's going to be a fucking steel.
Especially if they think they're doing some sort of passing of the torch to Takeshita kind of thing. Like, he's going to go all out here.
Yep.
And he's got that charisma where he can walk in the room and not say a fucking word. And everybody's all eyes on him, man. Okada is just something different.
Well, because he's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like,
it's just in him. That's what I mean. Like, it's just like he's just a fucking cool guy.
What did the cool kids say today? He has aura.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He has aura. You know, so
I was gonna say Riz, but that might even be old now, right? Like,
I think it's aura. I think it's aura. But yeah. Speaking of another guy who has aura, but now it's starting to get a little bit more violent and directed at specific people. We get a really fucking cool vignette here.
This is great.
We get a saloon, and I thought even Emily, she was reading her book, and she looked up and she saw kind of like people getting thrown out of these saloons. And she's like, what movie? Did you turn it? I was like, no, it's a vignette for Bandito. Yeah, I just was like, I was like, it's for Bandito. Because we haven't seen it in a while.
I was even sitting there and I was like, I love that Bandito does this for his thing.
Yeah. And then we see a wanted Bandito and Prince Nana fucking hands it to Swerve, and Swerve looks at the camera and burns that motherfucker to the ground. What do you make of this?
Threw me for a swerve, honestly, because I was sitting there being like, oh, awesome, Banditos, another vignette. I like that they do that, like kind of take us out of the moment. Cool. And then we get swerved that, like, Swerve jacked Bandito's thing and said, I'm coming for you. And will he find him? And when will he find him? And where will he find him?
Double or Nothing, New York. That's probably where.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But
right.
I hope that the angle is because, we did this recent heel turn of Swerve Strickland, and he really leaned into the I'm the most violent man, right?
Yep.
Took out Brody King. I'm the most violent man. He loses to Kenny Omega, but Kenny Omega is, the god of
worse
pro
for
wrestling,
wear
right?
from it anyway. Even
right.
though yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think Swerve might be going with this angle of like, oh no, you think you're violent because you call yourself a bandit and an outlaw? Fuck that. It's me. Yep. I'm that. Like, he tries to like go after everyone's gimmick that is tough and big and bad and outlaw-ish. And so
I like it.
It's interesting. I do like it. So we'll see. Fade to black, and then we come back from commercial and we get, Tim, I think the most interesting thing in all of professional wrestling. Caveat, I don't watch any other pro wrestling, but it is the most interesting thing in pro wrestling.
Yeah.
We're backstage in some corner of an arena in a town we don't know. And we see Daniel Garcia talking about this is how we train. And I think it was Yuta and Claudio maybe, or something. Two guys were grappling.
Pac was was there, but I think maybe
Yeah. And Garcia's like, this is how the fuck you train to be the best. And then Will Ospreay walks in and Garcia's like, oh, hey, check this out.
Yeah,
like he was like genuinely happy about it. He's like, yeah. And someone even happier than him is Moxley. And Moxley straight up walks up to him and is like, almost like a cult leader realizing they hooked him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
that's kind of what he did here. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But what he says is so interesting. So first Ospreay says, Moxley says, hey, have you been cleared? And Ospreay's like, nah, haven't been cleared.
I don't give a shit. Yeah.
But I am going to Japan because I'm not letting my guys down. So I'm going to do that. And Moxley's like, great, loyalty.
Yeah. Love that.
Way to go.
This is why you're
fantastic.
The best. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he goes, you got to let go of everything. I think he was insinuating when you get back, right? Like, you got to let go of everything. All the feelings you have about world championships, about me, all of it goes away. All the while he's talking to Ospreay. Ospreay is listening to him, but kind of doing and looking at Pac. And Pac is standing there going, I don't like this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I don't like this motherfucker.
I don't like him.
And Moxley picks up on the vibe of the two guys staring each other down. So he goes to Pac and he's like, isn't this fun?
Tickles him in the stomach for some reason. Moxley's a weird guy.
Moxley's the best.
This is what I mean. He's authentic. He's not like he's, you know what I mean?
It's the psycho killer dancing after he's murdered someone. You know what I mean?
Right,
like, it's so fucking great.
He's giddy with excitement. You know what I mean? But he's also like, I got to be this evil guy.
But then he tells Ospreay, he goes, hey, I don't make any promises, but the thing I do is I make sure that I see whatever it is that I'm doing to the end. And Ospreay's like,
you got to make the same promise, basically, right?
Yeah, And Ospreay's like, all right. And so then Ospreay's like, okay, so like we're going to the ring. And this is where it kind of seemed like a little bit of gay porn.
Yeah,
because Claudio just takes his shirt off.
This is how we do it here. Yeah, and it was
we start from the ground up. And I get because we start
great, but like even Ospreay didn't help that image because he's like hunched over, looking like he's nervous, like looking around. Like, I don't know that I don't like that we ended on that. That was odd, right? It looked like there was going to be some non-consensual acts going on here.
Well, because the thing about that too, because the part I would again, if I could redo it, because I think I do everything better, right? Is Ospreay doesn't know not how to wrestle. He's awesome at wrestling. So like the cowering, like, ready to fuck someone up. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
get ready for wrestling practice.
Yeah.
You know how that shit goes. But Claudio taking his shirt
once he
off,
realized he was about to get raped, that's when he got a little nervous.
Right, yeah.
Like,
and so,
oh no, Claudio's got something else in his eyes.
I mean, that's when you
got
take your
lust
shirt
in those
off.
eyes, Claudio. That's what he should have said.
And then,
just lust in those eyes, Claudio.
Well, and then Moxley looks at the cameraman, because then again, we acknowledge the cameraman, and he's like, hey, this is all proprietary.
Yeah,
you're done.
Which was great. This is proprietary, yeah.
Yeah. And then that's how we end it. So what do you make of all of this? Where are we going? What are we doing?
This is a great, interesting storyline. Yeah, I like this. This isn't the two-man power trip. This is Ospreay having gone through enough with Moxley and realizing, all right, if I've got to like beat the best, if I can't beat the best, I at least got to learn from him, maybe, right? I would think wanting to keep him at an arm's length as much as he can, but will Moxley allow that?
Yeah, hold on. This just came to me. When is All In? All In is
August
30th. It's August 30th. So we're coming in May, right? May, June, July, and the end of August. All In is at Wembley.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forwarding this, as our brains like to do, does this end with Ospreay challenging or being? I think he's going to challenge for the championship at All In. Do you think that's where we go? Or do you think this is where it culminates, where he finally has to take Moxley on and then we overcome Moxley?
Yeah, I feel like it'll be one of the, like, it might not even be he finally has to overcome Moxley, more than like Moxley makes him graduate by beating him, right? Like, and puts him through hell, kind of a thing. Maybe that's a little more good guy juju for, I think it's a bad term. Good guy juice for Moxley, right?
But I want to jump ahead because it ties into what we just talked about. So later in the night, we talked to the Ops. And Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Is he back in charge of these Ops? I don't.
Yeah, he is. You know, Hook was there for a second, right?
Are we gonna? Is that?
I think so. But
quickly, yeah.
But before we do that, Joe essentially is like, Shibata, killer. New member Anthony Bowens, killer.
Who was fine selling it well. Anthony Bowens looked like he was ready to fuck the camera up the whole time.
Yeah.
And Anthony Bowens was like, all right, good on you. Yeah.
Which, again, little kernel there. What happens to Max Caster, right? Like, I don't know, but we'll put a pin in that for a second. Yep. But then he says, Saturday, Hook gets to win the championship from Kevin Knight. And then he's like, and then me, I'm going to be the champion again. But then he says, by the way, Ospreay, remember when the Death Riders were going to fucking break your neck, and who helped you?
Yeah.
It was us.
Yeah, so come hang out with us. Don't fucking.
So what the fuck? Yeah, what the fuck are you doing over there with the Death Riders when we're here? If you want to learn from the best.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can get you ready.
I was a 2-time champ as well. Like, I'm fucking Samoa Joe.
Like, because currently the way the Ops got to see it is the Death Riders are the Ops, right? Like, they're the Ops of the Ops. So, like, if you're going to be hanging out with them, pal, like, I wouldn't have helped you. You know what I mean? Like, because now I gotta, you know, I gotta fuck you up.
You know, I'm tongue in cheek here. I do not mean we should do this kind of match, but are we going to do a Will Ospreay custody on a pole match where Will Ospreay just hangs out on a pole and fucking John Moxley and Samoa Joe have to wrestle to see who gets him?
If he like tries to like get them all to be friends.
He tried to do it with Hangman and Swerve.
What was that big group they made with the Bang Bang Gang and the other folks, and they made like a giant super group for a little while, and like we make
the Bullet Club?
Yeah, it was something not too long. I'm trying to think of what maybe the Bang Bang Gang is it that like
yeah, man.
No, it was God damn it! It was those guys with somebody else, and they were like all hanging out for a little bit for a brief short. I'll come back to that later, but you know, it is like trying to make this super death riding ops group, and then everyone's like, "Man, fuck you, Will Ospreay." I'm like,
yeah, I mean, I could definitely see him trying that. Well, because he did it with Swerve and Hangman,
right? That's what I mean. Like, yeah, so it's like we could all be friends, and it was like, no, we can't.
Right? Yeah.
Stand for something. Maybe that's the thing is Will Ospreay needs to learn you got to stand for something, pal. Like you got to fucking.
But both groups are heels. Isn't that awesome?
Are they? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, on Saturday we've got the Death Riders teaming with the Dogs to take on the conglomeration. So I still think that they're presenting as heels, right? But
and the opposite definitely heels, especially while Samoa Joe was gone.
Yeah. But I love this idea of the two most veteran guys on the roster. I know Adam Copeland, Christian, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But like Samoa Joe representing
mentor Will Ospreay.
One philosophy of wrestling, and Jon Moxley representing another philosophy. But if you really boil it down, it's like you're the same guy, right?
Yeah. But it's about fucking the ever-loving shit up out of somebody, right? Like just beating shit out of them. Just different style. One's brawling, one's a little more mat-based.
But if you wanted to run with this, I mean, after Ospreay, and it's just like, again, I'm going to use a comic book nerd term here, but like Professor X and Magneto, where they were all fighting over the mutant X-Men, right? Like, you should be killing the humans. You should be working with the humans. You know that. I'm just saying, you do.
No, I don't.
You do. It's okay. You do. It's totally fine.
No, I don't.
It's fine. Yeah.
Never read them. Never watched them.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Obviously,
I know the name of the X-Men, and I know the name of some of them.
You totally got it. You got it. Gotcha.
So I know.
So now that you understand it. Yeah. So now that you understand it. But you just have these two figures with their groups fighting over essentially like all the kind of wanderers of AEW, right? So like, let's say Will Ospreay decides that he's his own man or whatever, right? Well, then we're going to pick
Lone Wolf Ospreay all of a sudden. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, let's say then we pick, I'm just going to make up a name here. Let's just say it's Takeshita, right? He gets kicked out of Don Callis' family. Well, has no home. Death Riders pick him up. Then the next one, the Ops get Kyle Fletcher, right? Let's just say he gets kicked out, right? Like, yeah, Max. But like all of this is just these two figureheads and like the most respectable guys on the roster. I just think that's fucking cool. Because one thing that we've talked about is like using these elderly people as like gang leaders, you know?
So, and that's it. They're trying to protect their spot and they know they need folks because their skills are
on the way out. Yeah.
And so some get hip to that and lose, but so they need an ever cast of recruitments. Because when this guy gets hip and we got to beat his ass out of the gang, well, I need a new gang member.
I mean, and again, for anyone who isn't familiar with gangs, that's how it works. There are elders in gangs where they're like, if we want to take out the Ops, using real terms and also wrestling terms, they have to get approval. And this even goes back to like the gangsters of Lucky Luciano and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
somebody gives
I think that's fucking cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I love gangs. Fucking gangs rule, man. I wanted to be in a gang so bad. Oh, man.
Should go around, just ask. Just go find some gang members and be like, listen, I hope this isn't too forward.
Well, we kind of thought we had one for a minute in high school because our high school and then the two other high schools would always go to Pizza Street and we would compete in the games, but then we would also fight in the parking lot.
Did you guys like have coordinated dance routines with like your knives and your like?
No, we weren't in Broadway, but like it would be the two other competing high schools, and then our high school, and then we would do like
getting strong outsider vibes, like the Greasers and the Socials and the.
I mean, kind of.
Okay, yeah.
But then we would.
You're definitely the Greaser side.
I was the boxer. I always had to fucking box.
So that's what I mean. You came from you're in street clothes. You weren't dressed up preppy. You were
no,
exactly
no,
right. Yeah.
We were the poor school. Yeah.
Right.
Truman was the rich school and then Fort was the Hicks. Oh man, I remember I fought this guy named Eric Exton and I broke the fucking boxing glove on his head. I never felt cooler. I dropped that motherfucker and you could see my knuckle come out of the fucking like the padding of it. And I was like, I am the greatest human. I didn't say that, but that's what I felt. I could have fucking moved a bus. Anyhow,
like,
that's my life
someday. And now here you are with a podcast.
Hey, reliving the old days. I told you what, one day, there was one game I scored 4 touchdowns in one game.
Put that football in anywhere.
Yeah. All right, let's get back.
I'll show you right now. Go out 30 yards and take it. Please stop, Grandpa.
Let's get back on track. So, as I mentioned, Will Ospreay, Death Riders, Ops. God, that's awesome. I'm excited about.
Yeah, a lot of what's going on's there.
And even like we mentioned, a sub story of what does Max Caster do now that Anthony Bowen's, and where's Billy Gunn, right? He's fucking there for a second.
Yeah, where's Daddy Ass?
And where was Christopher Daniels? Wasn't he trying to get them together or no, it was Jerry Lynn. He was trying to get them together. So we'll see.
It was Jerry Lynn. That wasn't working. Let's not revive that.
Nope. Well, I think it won worst storyline of the year on PWI, and I think that's why it got dropped.
Good. Yeah.
Which bullshit. Fucking Cody Rhodes. Everything Cody Rhodes is fucking worst.
I'm sure it is.
Fuck out of here. We get another tag team match, and we get, for the first time since 2011, Tim, on cable television, Christian and Adam Copeland reuniting to take on RPG Vice, that is Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta of the Don Callis family. Fun match, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely a fun match.
We get FTR on commentary. The conglomeration try to fight them, so then that's how they kind of move their way off of the scene.
Yeah.
What do you make of Christian's forearm? You think that's legit, a legit broken forearm, or are we just playing up that he got hit there? What do you make of that?
I mean, I don't think it's broken to the point that they like he's out there doing wrestling matches, right? Like, and it's not in like a real cast, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine if it was like broken, it'd at least be in a real cast, right? Like you would think, but I don't know.
I think we're going to see it play out in the street fight. I think he'll like have something in it and he'll pull out a nightstick or something and like hit bald FTR. Yeah, something.
Can you pull off a Kevin Nash version of the wheelchair? And it's hard to, yeah, he's got his arm in a sling. And then he just pops out. Yeah, you could do that with a coat. So then that arm's there, the sling, and then he just fucking throws it.
Actually, there is a funny video that AEW posted, I think today. They're selling on their 1 hour, whatever pro wrestling tees, 1 hour item. And it's a Okada zip up hoodie, and he's wearing it and he's walking, and someone's like, "Hey, Okada, that's a cool hoodie." He's like, "Oh yeah, you want to see the inside?" And he unzips it, but he had his hand under here, and he's just
he like does that. Yeah.
He goes, "Bitch." And so yeah,
you know what? It just hit me is talking about that Kevin Nash thing. Was it karma for him being like, "Oh look, I'm still injured. Oh, I'm not injured," and then to come back and be like, "I'm not injured," and then, "Oh my god, my quad rips
forever. Your quad rips forever. You asshole! Don't play with that." Yeah.
Yo, you think you got jokes?
Yeah. Not anymore. So the other thing I want to ask you though about this FTR CNC feud, you think the watch comes in somehow? Because Stokely was still talking that shit on "We Got Your Watch." We obviously learned last week from Copeland that the watches are up in priority for Christian. So
have we talked yet about the FTR promo with Ciampa? Or is that coming later? Where Ciampa comes in at the end. Did we already talk about that promo? Yeah, Ciampa came in at the end and was like, said something and then took that fucking thing off of Stokely's beard and ate it. What the hell was that about?
Was that on Collision?
No, I don't think so. Was it? That was on Dynamite, wasn't it? Or maybe that was on Collision.
I don't remember it. But if it happened, maybe. But CNC get the victory over RPG. And then Copeland, just having, I guess, the best time of his life, decides to pick up the fucking popcorn bucket and just put it on his head and then run after a referee. Just, you're still on air, bud.
I think that he's approaching this as like he's phoning it in on like, remember, like, what I mean? Like, it feels like a retirement run for him where he's just like,
Well, that's the, again, I hate to bring it up, but it's the closest thing that I can think of. Like, that's why, not everyone, because obviously people did cheer him, but that's why CM Punk sucked in AEW. It's because he just was doing the,
by the way, guys. I looked up, you had mentioned, that the run of ENC. Edge Christian wasn't really all that long, and I looked online. I think I asked like an AI like to do that math for me, and yeah, like Dudley's 30 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like all these other people, 15, 20, 30 years. Like theirs was like 8, 9 years tops.
Yeah.
Like of everything. Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. Speaking of old guys, next up, we go to a interview earlier in the day, and it's Chris Jericho. And whatever. He eats shit, right? Well, he tells the demand to eat shit and then says bald, which bald, again, maybe it's because we have hair, right? We both have very luxurious head of hairs,
like
good head of
hair,
lettuce right here,
but like,
right?
Still, it's such a dated thing. For 20 years, nobody has used that as a legitimate insult that anybody gave a shit about. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard anybody in real life be like, "Oh, you're stupid to be bald," or like that just doesn't exist anymore. Like, people get it; they know what it is. It's fine. Like, fine.
Well,
like,
and also in pro wrestling, there's so many bald guys.
In fact, and again, folks with high testosterone. You know what I mean? Like males it'll cause them, especially if you're juicing it, you know?
Yeah.
So like, but also just like now we make fun of people more if you're trying to hide that, right? If you're taking all these steps to like the shit we gave MJF for the hair plugs, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If Ricochet was wearing a hat all the time, or he was doing like the Kurt Angle, toupee with the headgear on, stuff like that. Okay. But like, he's bald. Bobby Lashley's bald. Tommaso Ciampa is bald. I mean, we could go down the whole
This would be great if we found a way for somebody to be making fun of Ricochet to be bald, and we wanted that to like end, and then like all of a sudden like every bald person in AEW shows up to beat the shit out of that person, right?
Yeah.
To like be like, stop the
bald
hate.
Yeah.
It's like one by one each bald person comes out, and Bobby Lashley's the last one. Maybe Paul White's out there too, right? Like, they're just all fucking beaten down on whomever it is, right? That Cruz guy again.
But I don't know. I thought the one fun thing I think is at the end, Ricochet was about to do the Ricosalt and then just does a backflip and was like, "You're not even worth it." I did like that. It was like a fuck you.
Theo's in the chat says, "Show off the shirt." We did talk about the shirt. Tom wearing the shirt today.
This is the real American.
Whenever we do the picks, I'm just wearing just a North Face shirt, not to give them branding, but
Sting, baby. So Jericho.
Yep, he's there.
You re-signed.
Yep. Yeah, that was a big thing, apparently.
But we're already doing it with Ricochet. Remember when Ricochet felt cool and like, ooh, we could move him up to the main event picture.
Didn't they already have a little feud, Ricochet and Chris Jericho? Didn't it already happen once?
I don't know.
I don't remember. Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Maybe I think that because Chris Jericho already fucking wrestled everybody.
Well, this is what I don't like about, it's called the Jericho Vortex, I think, online, is you did the match, move on. We don't need a rematch. That's what always feels so fucking long with these is, sometimes the programs do rule. I'm not going to say like in AEW
Jericho plays that WWE card a lot where it's like, well, let's run it back. Let's run it back, bro. Let's run it back again.
No.
We'll add a new stipulation to a match. And I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah. No, I don't need you to do that with Ricky Starks or Adam Cole. Like, again, I keep saying it, and obviously I'm beating a dead horse here, but like, your moment was after the 5 labors of Jericho. When you and MJF had that fucking match, you had your fucking book out, all of it.
It was the 30 years of Jericho, like to the day, like we could have like nailed it. Was the moment you should have retired, just done.
You should have been done and be a commentator and fucking, because then you could be a commentator and come back for the one match when bald FTR picks on Tony Schiavone. There you go. I still think,
what you could even do is like, okay, so we talk about like having an oracle or a board that they have to go to, but what you could even do is Tony Khan just has interim, general manager is the same thing. Like, I can't be there when I'm running in the show from the booth. I can't be answering everything. I can't be whatever. I'll defer to my next in line, right? Like, and that's what, you know what I mean? Like, and so for this month, it's Jericho. Next month, it's Jerry Lynn or who the fuck, right? Whoever we're rolling in and out every once in a while, right? Like, right?
I just think he should have been, I think after the MJF storyline, I think he should have been the role of Nigel McGuinness, where he might show up for the casino gauntlet or whatever, or he might have a random tag match with Daniel Garcia against FTR, but then you're done.
Right.
Bye-bye, right? We go to Canada, have your fucking match. We're in Poughkeepsie, sit your fucking ass down and just talk shit.
The best way I can just describe Jericho in these later things is just carny. Like, he's gone so carny with everything. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like, just...
Yeah, it feels
true
like...
carny wrestling spirit.
Yeah, it legitimately feels like the 9th farewell tour of Kiss, where you're like, I fucking get it, man.
Yeah,
stop.
You can't, like, you're doing the same things now. Yeah,
if we don't, I've already heard the fucking song.
Yeah, you want to rock and roll all night and party every day.
Don't want to fucking,
spit some blood out.
Yeah.
Wave the tongue around.
Get out of here.
Great.
Yeah. Throw some holy water at his ass. Get out of here. Yeah. All right. So after that, Tim, get the sounder ready.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's right before the main event. It's a title match.
Yeah.
But it's
time for the women.
Yes.
Yeah. We get our AEW Women's World Tag Team Championship match. Divine Dominion.
Double D's. Never forget.
The Megasis Megan Bayne and the Colossal Lena Cross takes on Hikaru Shida and Kris Statlander. And Tim, is Statlander dumb? Because, like, there's even a moment in this match where Shida kicks her in the stomach, suplexes her into, I think, Lena Cross, and we're just like, yep, keep going.
I'll say this, and again, this is not, I don't know what her real name is. If it's Kris Statlander, I don't mean to say this about the real person. This is kayfabe Kris Statlander.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have not purposely done this, but we, as AEW, have not painted her as the smartest, brightest competitor, right? We haven't gone out of a way to make it look like she's whip smart, to make her seem like she's ahead of the game mentally or anything. We haven't made her look dumb. We also haven't put her in anything to make her look like she's cunning or, you know what I mean?
Well,
strategic.
Yeah, she kind of feels, I mean, it's a little bit of like how she came into AEW. It was like an alien in the boop.
Right.
But like, she turns on Willow and joins Stokely, but then Stokely's like, we're done, right? And she's like, yeah, you're out of here. And then she just bumps and like, she just moves around. She's just not.
This feels like the male modern day version of Lex Luger. And like, man, you got the looks, you got the athleticism.
Yeah.
And you're trying.
Call.
You really are trying, right? Like you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And some of it's cool. Some of it works. And we'll remember it. And we like it enough, but like, it's not gonna be, I just don't think it's ever gonna be like multi-time world championship runs that we remember and Hall of Fame, like, But
it is when we're done, right? We're gonna say Statlander was the first TBS and women's champion. She was a tag champ, like like Lex Luger.
Yeah,
right?
no,
like
the
Lex
stats
Luger,
will be there. Yeah, but
that's
I
what
just
I'm
think
saying.
it'll just be like,
It's a compiler, right? It's a compiler in baseball where it's like, yeah, you got 3,000 hits, but it took you 27 seasons. Like it shouldn't have took you that long, right?
Yeah. Like our football reference with the Chiefs. I remember we were talking about Leo Chenal. We were like, he's never the guy that you talk about, but like every time when Pro Football Focus would do their ratings, like he was in the top 5 of performers on the Chiefs that night.
Yeah.
Stats and like, you know what I mean? It was like shit, right?
But he never made the game winning tackle, right? That was Nick
Wasn't sitting there like Pro Bowl every year. It wasn't like, it was never, Sarah says, hi, Tim and Tom.
Hello, Sarah. We are talking about Kris Statlander in a non-flattering way, but
Sarah, you might have missed it. Sarah, you might have missed it. We finally, after all these years, finally actually made the stinger. And since this match was right before the main event, that means
it's time for the women.
Tony Khan's spreadsheet, man. This guy's formula always works.
Women. Yep, there it is. But yeah, in this match, Shida is just straight up a heel. She tries to grab the kendo stick. Statlander's like, don't fucking do that. So then Shida kicks her in the stomach, suplexes her. Statlander's like, well, that was stupid, but I guess we'll keep wrestling. And then Shida tags herself in just to get fucking finishing moved on. And then they lose.
So if the intent was, let's hammer home that Sheeta's like turning heel by now making her fuck with Kris Statlander, kind of going what we're talking about, it's hard for me to have the empathy for Statlander, even though she's the face and we like her and this is happening to her. She's the victim of this. We are getting upset because, like, how have you not figured this out yet? Like, you're not Festus, right? Like, you're not dumb, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, we have not painted her as like the highly intelligent person, but like we haven't said she's dumb.
No,
so
and also they're not tag team champions where they have to continue because they are
longtime friends that we know of. She's not her trainer. She didn't like give her a place to stay. You know
exactly, because there's also not an element of Stockholm syndrome, right? Where it's like, well, she was my first
not the mothership alien. Like there's nothing here.
So just leave.
Yeah,
leave. Just leave. I don't.
Just leave.
Anyhow. But D&D, they get the victory. I mean, again, it would be cool. Actually, that's a great idea. Because as I mentioned, if we're going to do these like two parallel groups.
You got Mina,
Or you got Marina Shafir. You got Marina Shafir. Then the ops need someone. Statlander.
I was saying Shida. Put Shida in the ops.
Oh, Shida. Yeah. Ooh, even better. Actually, that would be dope. Because you know why? Because then Shibata and Shida could be talking shit.
That's
and only,
true.
Like, those, that would
actually.
Like,
you talking about me? And they're like, no. You create good. Yeah. You create. It's mojo great.
Yeah, actually, that would be dope.
That would be good. Yeah.
What do they call him? What is?
I love it because like if Hook could understand, like if he would laugh at their jokes, but like can't speak.
Yeah. What does
Joe
he
be
call
like, what? How do you...
Shibata though? Does he call him like something and speak? Like when he's like, what does he call him there? Like they could be like, speak and spell. Or spell and speak. Yeah, that could be their tag team name. We could do an intergender tag team. Anyhow,
that's it. So they're having their thing. Joe's like, "What are you saying? You're not supposed to be talking." And then they go, and they say something back that clearly isn't what they were saying on the speak and spell thing.
And they do one of these, like looks to each other, like, they're buying it. They're totally buying it.
Give a little fist bump.
But yeah, so D&D gets the victory. As mentioned earlier, the Birds won convincingly, so it feels like all roads are leading to Divine Dominion versus Brawling Birds, the Battle of Alliteration, D&D versus B&B. The winner gets an extra letter to their name. I don't know. So cool. Fun.
Yeah.
Who's the other tag teams?
There aren't.
Right? Well, you got the Inspiration, right? Former Iconics. What the fuck are they doing?
I don't know
Just
what's up
hanging
with
out?
that. I think it must be a clearing out
Availability
old dates or something. Yeah, must be
something. Because
we don't want to start you on a long-term program until we got you here full time. Maybe it has to be.
Maybe that is it. But yeah. So okay, we keep it moving.
Issues, maybe I don't know.
I don't know. Well, they're on Ring of Honor. I've seen them on Ring of Honor, so I don't know. Okay, now we get what could have been another fun sounder for us, but we get backstage and Renee is talking to Andrade and Don Callis.
Renee putting in work while sick.
Oh yeah, you can tell she wasn't feeling good. Yeah. But before really they could get to saying anything of note, MJF interrupts and basically is blaming Andrade for everything.
Yeah.
And all Andrade can say is, but how do you know?
How do you know? Which was
how do
weird,
you know?
I guess. Like for a while it was fun, but then like when he finally was like, I watched it. And then he was just like, how do you know?
But then he giggled because he's like, but how do you know? Yeah. It was like the 5-year-old that just says why to every question.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're still doing weird, like that's kind of how Andrade is coming across. Like he is a kindergartner who can't kind of focus on what's going on because he's either laughing about jokes or he's paying attention to the girl over here or like.
Yeah. he's just living it up, you know?
Yeah.
But Don Callis says that Andrade is his money man and MJF is the money man.
Yeah.
So let's all calm this down. And MJF and Don Callis kind of have this look at each other like, you know, Don Callis is like, I'll fix it. And MJF is, you fucking better.
Yeah, you better.
And walks off. So maybe we get that because, as mentioned, MJF needs some wins if we're going to put him in the main event with Darby. Because Darby, as we'll talk about in the main event, he keeps fucking doing his shit. But MJF lost to Kevin Knight, lost to Darby. So, you know,
seems like a loser.
Yeah. Also, kind of left turn here, but we didn't see Kenny Omega. Did you make anything of that?
Nah.
Well, because he's saying maybe I am someone's hero. Do you think he comes in
show up at a moment or something somewhere? But I don't know. I don't know. It's fine.
AEW was just 5 years too late for Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Like his body.
I was thinking about this the other day. Did Tony Khan did he create an Americanized version of New Japan in a way that New Japan was never successfully able to do?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of essentially what he did here, right?
Yeah.
Like, he took the essence of what like Americans liked about New Japan as the alternate, and kind of did that here in a more friendly way for American TV that like New Japan never was able to pull off.
Well, he also added aspects that New Japan never really dug into, right? The complexities of Hangman and a drinking problem and self-esteem. Like they didn't really ever, they would tell some of those things in a match, but never like week to week and like audibly saying things. You know, I always go back to one of the best moments in AEW history is Hangman and Swerve yelling at each other and Hangman saying, "You burned down my house," you know, and he's like, "You deserve it." And he's like, "I did."
Yeah, he's like, "I know." Yeah.
And then just like, well, fuck, now who can I be mad at? Like, that is fucking great. That is some pro wrestling top shelf shit. As some stupid fucks will say on the internet, that's cinema. But it's fucking really, really good.
God damn, that was so overused.
Oh, I hate every cinema. Fucking, I know we're trying to get pro wrestling fans to fucking, I yelled at the wall of how I got so frustrated with pro wrestling fans today. So fucking mad. They are the nerds who want to tell you how the fucking magic trick's done. And it's just some guy, you know that they do. Shut the fuck up and just watch the magic trick. Shut up. Just watch it.
There's so many people online that want to like talk about every fucking like. I know this sounds weird. Us sitting
we
doing
talk
a podcast.
about what we're seeing.
Yeah, I know, but like, yeah, exactly. That's it. What I'm talking about is like I'm not sitting here going in comment threads and being like picking apart. First of all, I don't watch anything over there. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, fuck all that shit.
But even the folks who aren't doing that, even though the people who are like hate watching AW because they watch that show or something like, the people that just like you spend so much time on all the extra things and like it's just watch the show, man.
But just like, the knowing the Sean Rosses of it's like, dude, just let a magic trick be performed in front of you and smile if you like it, and then boo if you don't.
The decision for Kenny Omega to come in and hit Okada with the chair was made by Michael Hayes. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care about
who produced the match. I don't care. Like,
oh god, yeah. Oh, did you know that it was Jerry Lynn who produced the women's tag team match?
They'll put out an article on like every match from the pay-per-view. Here's who we know who produced the match. And they're like, I don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah. I don't care who fucking produces movies. And I watch that shit.
By the way, leave that for those people to tell in interviews later when we've got like the AEW network or whatever. Like stop fucking stealing the stories, you jackass.
Yeah, and then just all the fucking time with the goddamn. Did you know actually Kris Statlander is asking for this tag team match because she has a pulled hamstring? I don't fucking care.
Yeah,
I don't fucking like it. She needs to just leave. I'm watching what's in front of my TV. God damn it. Anyhow, back on track. Roosh beats the fuck up. Yeah, yeah. So Andrade, MJF, they do their thing. Then Roosh, who is starting to get the big time cheers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's starting to.
He's coming out looking more Vader-like with that, with the gear, and I'm liking it, man.
I tell you what, though.
Huh?
Isn't him and fucking the Beast Mordos cool as shit if they just...
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they're a group already. They're already LFI. But like, whoosh, whoosh.
Yeah.
I will say the one thing, and maybe this is because I'm an old-brained idiot, but you mess with the bull, you get the horns. All I think about is the Breakfast Club. Like, you know what I mean?
He does say that. Yeah, that's right.
That's all I think about.
I forgot about that, but that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I think about.
Yeah.
I know. And I love that movie. That movie does rule.
It's a great movie. We used to skip school once a week and we would go get like breakfast and we would go over to somebody's place and we would watch that while we ate breakfast and, did whatever else we were doing while skipping school. You know what I mean? For a long time.
Me and my friends, speaking of gangs, but this isn't really a gang, teachers called me.
Me and my gang friends, we would go watch the Breakfast Club.
No.
Then we go get in a fight at the Burger King.
I mean, I got kicked out of plenty of Burger Kings. But in the morning, before school started, they would serve breakfast.
Thrown out of a Waffle House. You know how bad you get? Anyway.
You do. You tell that one after this one. Right, but what I was going to say is, in the morning before school started, they would serve breakfast. Well, what me and my 3 other friends would do is one of us would pick a subject. So I always did history because I liked history. I don't like math. I don't like science. I don't like fucking English in regards to like put the apostrophe, fuck all that shit. Right. So what we would do is I would do the history homework for that night. Kirk would do the math, anyhow, Corey, anyhow. And what we would do is we'd go to breakfast and we would rotate all the homework and I would copy this. And teachers knew about it and they were like, oh, the Breakfast Club's fucking out here. They wouldn't say fucking, but they're out here just doing the stuff. And we're like, yeah, because I don't give a fuck.
Imagine nowadays when you guys could contact with each other, like,
yeah.
And just share copies of it. You wouldn't have to do it at the table in the morning. They would never.
Yeah, well, that tells on me how old I am. This is 2003, 2004.
You had to physically be in the same room to do this.
Yeah, we had to actually do it, which, society may be better because people were together. But anyhow, we were called the Breakfast Club. Roosh, he won. Then we do the ops. And now... Now we get to the AEW Men's World Championship match, and this was violent.
Yeah.
Darby Allin, your champion, taking on Brody King, and we do all the shit in a short amount of time. We did a lot of living in about 10 minutes.
There was some clotheslining.
There was
body slamming.
There was a bowling ball through a barricade. Brody King tried to fucking take his head off.
There's a lot of big guy on little guy action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ospreay knows what you're saying.
Yeah.
He went through it.
He found out. This is how they train.
Yeah.
Riding something tonight. It may be death. It may be something else.
Yeah.
The worst crime you can commit is dick riding without a license.
just reminding you.
Just letting you know.
Sarah says, I also love history.
Yes, because history rules.
History buffs. We like the history over here.
Love history. There's nothing new except for the history you haven't discovered. Harry S. Truman. What's the S stand for? Fucking nothing. Just like our new draft pick, R. Mason.
Suck it.
Yeah. R. Mason. I can't remember his last name, but the defensive end from Oklahoma that we took, R stands for nothing.
It's just R.
Yeah. All of his family has names that start with R. His mom wanted to continue that tradition, but didn't want to name him anything.
Was it on
R,
this show where
Mason.
we pondered whether it was legal to just name your kid something junior if there was no like senior? Like if I just named my kid Mark, Mark, Pete, Rayner Jr. Just there's no.
There's no one that's that. But why not? I'm Thomas McCullough III. There's not another Thomas McCullough. Just me. I think that'd be so fucking awesome. Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah, like it has to be legal. Who's going to stop that? Who's going to be like, you can't do that?
Fuck you.
Nobody's going to say you can't do that. There's no government's coming out and being like, listen, you got to change that.
Well, I tell you what, this goes back to the whole English language and all that kind of stuff. Because like you could just say names however you want. Remember one of our classic arguments of Lana and Lana? You could just say whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Just say, well,
Yeah.
I work out with a guy, Theo. How would you say that name?
Well, it's either
Theo.
Tho or Toe.
It's Teo.
Teo.
It's not
Theo.
Theo. It's not Theo.
Oh, Theo?
Yeah, Theo.
Teo.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You said that before, and we asked Theo if it's Theo or if it's Teo.
Yeah, right.
And now I forgot what he said. And now I'm an asshole because we probably still calling his name wrong even after he told us the correct way to say it.
He said, yep. He said, you are an asshole. Hey, look at that. Confirmation. I
don't know if that's what he said yet, too. He said it's Theo like Theo Huxtable. Okay, all right. We've been doing it right this whole time. All right.
I think he called you an asshole. All right.
I mean, he might have. I'm sure he had valid reasons over the years to do it, but
yeah. But yeah, so yeah, I want to be Thomas McCullough III. God, that's so much fun. And just dot, and then you can always just
every time I hear somebody's pregnant, be like, listen to this naming idea. Okay. What's your name? All right, now listen.
Yeah, because could a mom? Because like if I was a mother and say the dad just leaves me, right?
Just name it anything Junior. Like, no real name.
I love this. Okay. All right, let's get back on track. So we get Darby Allin, we get Brody King. One thing that I do like about this match, and I always like it when they do this kind of across pro wrestling and the history of pro wrestling, is you got Kevin Knight up in the crowd watching the match. You've got MJF backstage watching the match, which to me adds to the like gravitas, right? It makes it feel bigger when you got more people invested.
Well, they've been doing this a bit too. People have been making the claims, right? Mm-hmm. Like a lot of them were trying to make good on it, but like, yeah, it was a lot of people want that belt.
Yeah. I still think a cool idea is don't do a lumberjack match where it's like, oh, if you get outside, I'm going to punch you in the face and then throw you back in. I don't want anything like that. But we've already been accustomed to the, what do they call it? The curtain sellout, right? It was a curtain. All the boys in the back watch the main event because like, we got to see this.
Right.
Take it one step farther. They want to see, let's just say it was Okada versus Omega, right? For a second time in AEW. So like guys are just like in the crowd, like, well, I'm fucking watching this. You're not going to watch this. Like, I think we should do that more often. That
100%. The curtain jerkers, as Theo says.
Curtain jerker. Yeah. Yep. Because I mean, go back to the pandemic. One of the coolest things about the pandemic for AEW was you had Austin Gunn and all these wrestlers, you know, ringside yelling their heads off because they loved watching these matches. And so it's like, get back to that a little bit, but I digress. Darby, he gets the victory here after going through hell. They just kicked and punched and scratched and clawed. Afterwards, they brawled.
Yep.
Afterwards, Darby, who looked legitimately injured, which he probably was, after a coffin drop, stands up after the victory, looks over at Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight's like, yeah, I'm kicking your ass, you know? And then Brody King shakes Darby's hand. That's how we end the show. Darby, our men's world heavyweight champion.
They've done a good job here of, you know, we talked about, okay, well, it's Darby. Are we going to be able to make Darby look like he can win these matches? And so far, so good.
Yeah. You know, it's a little bit of a rinse and repeat with the Orange Cassidy, where it's just, he's going to keep defending this championship every single time. It makes more sense in kayfabe that Darby would do that than Orange Cassidy, right? Because Darby's always looking for the high of pro wrestling, right?
I see the similarity even in just that style. They are the undersized folks, and if they're going to defend this and everything, it has to be Orange Cassidy. Weird to say full speed, but like it has to be full speed ahead. It's everything I got every time, and that's why eventually they will just run out of gas because you can't half it on one of these, or else that's when you'll get got, and you can't go full speed all the time. You break down.
So
except Mojo Rawley. He just
God, I haven't thought of that fucking guy in such a long time.
He stayed hype.
Oh man, ugh, I got chills.
Speaking of rapey, that was. I bet that guy hung out with
I don't think he's that, but he definitely slipped some drugs into people's drinks.
That's what I'm saying. Like him and the old Gronkowski, the old frat boy.
But like, I think he did it to his friends just to be like, "You're so fucked up," and like, "What the fuck, man?"
Draw penises on their faces.
Yeah, that's so much fun. Actually, I saw Bert Kreischer in Kansas City, and the night before, Ari Shafir gave him a roofie that he wasn't aware of, and so he was high as fuck doing the show. And he's like, "Guys, I am so sorry." He was legit pissed. I don't watch any of those podcasts or anything, but apparently they had like a real beef. And I was at the show where Brooke Kirschner is like, "I'm still drinking a lot of water, guys." He was okay, funny, but man, he was pissed. Anyhow, what were we talking about? Darby. Here you go. Early pick. What is it? April 30th, right? So not putting anything in stone, but Darby Allin. Who's taking this title off of him? Happens at the pay-per-view. Happens what? Again, we're writing it in pencil, not stone.
I don't feel like it's time. Like, I don't feel like if we get MJF, Darby at Double or Nothing, that I don't know. I mean, unless in the weeks leading up, we just start running out of gas with Darby and it feels repetitive. I don't feel like yet that it would be time. So I don't think I would pencil that in yet. And I don't know that I have the answer yet, right? I don't know.
I think his matches are still must see. Like when you tell me Darby Allin's wrestling, I'm going to be like, well, what the fuck crazy thing is he going to do? Right.
Well, it also comes with the idea that like we said, anybody can beat this guy. So Kevin Knight came on, fucking Kevin Knight can win that title. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't.
Exactly. I don't think I'll say this. I don't know if I necessarily want MJF to be the champion right away again. Right. I want him to suffer a little bit, right? He's a prick. He's an asshole. Like we should see him. I mean, he stood over top Hangman on a stretcher and he made Kenny Omega cry and almost quit wrestling. So I want to see him suffer a little bit. The question then goes into, because I think long-term, I still think All In Wembley is when Will Ospreay does become the champion.
Yeah.
I don't think he beats Darby Allin. So I think someone beats. Maybe it's Moxley.
Could be
Then Moxley always dropping the title to the transcendent new champion, right? He did it for MJF. He did it for Hangman. Like, I don't know if I know necessarily want to do that, but yeah, that's a good.
Theo says, let Darby Allin have a decent run. May he not get Finn Balor.
That's true. Hell, you know what could be interesting, because as you mentioned it, he could lose to anyone. Darby Allin can lose to anyone. If Andrade beat him, and then you do Andrade Will Ospreay, you're going to get all the wrestling matches, my favorite part of wrestling, to fucking get the biggest hard-ons for that shit. So like,
I love those flips.
I want all the move reversals. He did a backflip off his chest.
I like reversals.
Yeah.
I love reversals and false finishes.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, Yeah.
It's the I missed the clothesline while he ducked down, so he tried a Russian leg sweep. I jumped over it. I ran off the ropes. He leapfrogged me, and then he tried to hit me with his own uppercut. I ducked under that, did a schoolboy, kicked out of that, then grabbed my leg. Yeah, like, just fucking stop it.
All right. Get it. Yeah.
Goddamn. And that was now we're all standing while everybody says, this is awesome. Like,
or we're all laying down. Listen to it, brother. We got him in the palm of our hands. Okay, whatever. Yeah. But then you could have Don Callis tell that story, right? Because Don Callis and Will Ospreay have the fucking thing where Don Callis could just be like, hey, your time with the Death Riders really fucking sucked. Now look who you are, right? You're a piece of shit. Now you're way worse now than you were with me. And then Andrade could just be like, I'm the good looking guy. I give women erections, whatever.
Yeah, then you start hitting on Ospreay's fiance over there, and then that becomes,
Dude, that's actually a great fucking angle.
Yeah.
And you have Alex Winter just kind of know.
Just be like, no, of course not. It was just nice to be complimented once in a while. And they'd be like, well, I compliment you. And you'd be like, yeah, but it's different.
Because I will say, eventually, we do need to acknowledge that Alex Windsor's husband is getting raped by the Death Riders. And so what the fuck's happening?
It's true. It did look like that was what was happening when John Moxley cut the camera,
Yeah. And also the week before, when the Death Riders took him away and we didn't know what the fuck was going to happen.
Yeah, maybe that's why he was slouched. Maybe he knew what was coming. Maybe he was like, where's the wrestling ring, in hopes that this time there would be a wrestling ring. And nope.
Well, I'm talking about when he got captured in the ring
from
the Death Riders.
He knows what happened then.
Right, but then we go back to AEW and we go to a promo from Alex Windsor, and she's like, "Hey guys, I want a tag team match." It's like, do you not love your husband?
You know what? Yeah, you didn't see, but yeah.
Is this a Vince and Linda kind of marriage where it's just in paper only? Like, what the fuck is happening? You know. So anyhow,
they didn't love each other.
Ooh, they did it for financial gain. Ooh. God, what a fucking
She runs the Department of Education, Tom.
I bet she can't even spell department or education. Her face looks like a fucking Picasso
when she
painting.
was the head of the Small Business Administration under Trump's first administration?
Yeah, you know how I know that? Because my mother-in-law met her, and my mother-in-law was like, "This is who?" And I was like, "I'm sorry." Yeah, my mother-in-law was like, not impressed. And I was like, "No, I get it."
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to do with education at all. Business, yeah, but then small business, no. But like, that was a weird, McMahon's being involved in anything is bad.
Hey, but we got a liberal over there. CM Punk will stand up for the little guy while hugging Linda McMahon and saying, "Teachers need a raise."
As soon as he gets back from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Let's talk about some better stuff. Let's go
Back in time.
do a little trivia, Tom. You want to do that?
Yes.
Hop in the time machine and see what happens. May 1st, 2024. It's not too far back. We're going to go to Dynamite live from Chris Jericho's hometown of Winnipeg, Manitoba. He had just recently won the FTW championship from Hook. It was in the early stages of his highly delusional learning tree persona. He was defending the title against Katsuyori Shibata in an FTW rules match, which means there's no disqualifications. And in these hardcore matches, wrestlers love to pull out a black bag from under the ring and empty it onto the mat. Usually that's filled with thumbtacks, maybe glass. But it's Jericho, he's carny, and he's in his hometown of Canada land. So he poured out something completely different. Instead of thumbtacks, what Canadian item did Jericho pour out of the bag onto the mat against Shibata?
Ice pucks.
Hockey pucks, that's right.
Hockey pucks, yeah. Yes, I do remember
bag of hockey pucks. Yeah, he threw them on the thing. He threw one of the pucks right at Shibata's face. You remember that?
Yes, I do remember that, yeah.
Yeah, and then Big Bill interfered, slammed Shibata through the table. Like I said, it was early things there. But hockey pucks. Yeah, I didn't know if you would get that one. I was like, yeah, what's going to be?
Well, because remember, I think it was the cage match, and the Young Bucks brought out their stuff, but it was gummy bears. Because remember, they told they're like, bring the worst fucking things you had. And they're like, what the fuck is this? You know, that was great.
Yeah.
Hey, let's read some comments real quick. Sarah, going back to who Darby and all this stuff. She said, I think it should be Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, again, being the like, hey, I need one more chance here. And then Kenny Omega, Will Ospreay, they already did the like, I believe in you, brother, kind of thing. That would be.
I don't believe in you enough to let you win this title. Yeah,
that'd be a good idea. Yeah. And then Kenny Omega is what WWE wanted to do with TJ Perkins. Yeah, but TJ Perkins had that stupid haircut. You know.
And Kenny Omega is stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, did you remember that? It was like It was like a Homer Simpson bullshit.
Yes. No, that thing was weird.
Yeah. But yeah, that was fun. AEW is fun. I tell you what, I'm so excited with the Death Riders and Will Ospreay / the Ops, how that plays into it. What the hell is happening with Darby Allin? When will the wheels fall off of that? And then again, we've got the main character still just hanging around. I feel like we're going to see him soon. Old Hangman Adam Page. What happens to him?
I'm excited about that. I'm excited about everybody that's been in the chat with us, Theo, Sarah, and all the other millions of folks who we didn't mention, but we're definitely in there chatting away. Always. I'm excited for next week. I'm excited for when you have to wear a shirt when we make the next picks. I'm excited for everybody that donated on allelitewrapup.com with the 2 ways to donate up there. And for all those that didn't donate.
You people suck!
But you have an opportunity to not suck, right? And donate at allelitewrapup.com. Send us an email, aewrapup@gmail.com. And, you know, other than that,
I will see you next week, dumbass.